Hello, Bojo and Namaste. I'm part of my culture and cuisine classes. Today I'm going to prepare purano achar. Achar is one of the most elusive words in Nepalese cuisine. So I am going to show you, give you some examples of what achar means. I have my recipes here from my book. My book is coming on culture and cuisine of Nepal, and there are various kinds of achar, some as condiments, some as fresh achar, and others are purano achar. Purano achar just means long-term achar which lasts for a long few years, after few years. So generally speaking, achar is spicy, hot, deeply flavored pickles. They are condiments in English language, and they are often served with the main dish. So we can make achars from just about anything, any fruits, nuts, vegetable, and a few other things. Some of these achars last for years even without refrigerating, and others would last a few days to few months within which we have to consume. So we can make many kinds of achar, but all of them we can put them in two broad categories, which are the fresh and preserved. There are also the semi-preserved ones. So before I go further, I would like to show you what I meant and how many achars you can make. Actually, you can make a lot more than what I have here. But to demonstrate to you, I made few achars here yesterday, and I want to show you so you know exactly what achar can mean in Nepalese cuisine. So this is purano achar. It's a preserved purano achar which is made out of lime, green lemon or lime. In Nepal it is, you wouldn't believe it, this is about 4 or 5 years old. My sister-in-law sent us. My daughter loves this, so this is part of her achar here. This has nothing but salt, and it has some way, it takes some time to make this one, but I will talk about that later. And this one here is what I'm preparing today, purano achar. It's a masala achar, and it takes a long time to make it, and lots of masala and ingredients are a lot. But we'll talk about that later. This is my topic today, so I'm going to discuss that in detail. There are another kind of pickle here. This one is habanero. This is also an achar my daughter brought from Cuba. This is habanero pickle, very, very hot, but we love hot pickles, so that is that. And this is part of my achar. This is also purano achar, which I bought, and just to show you what you can buy in the market. There are many different kinds of achars in the market you can buy. That's the purano achar. But there is the second type of achar here. These are semi-preserved achar. For example, I make cucumber achar with a lot bigger chunk of cucumber. This one is just a regular pickle cucumber I made achar from. And it's a Nepali achar, and it's very famous. A lot of my friends love this, and I have a recipe for this in my book, separate with larger, more mature cucumber. And this one is here, Emiliko achar. Emiliko achar in Nepal we make fresh, but this is more like Indian achar, tamarind they call it. So the tamarind achar I make, and then I keep there so I can use with my finger food. This is another kind of achar. Here it's that achar, it's a tilko chop, we call it. My sister-in-law actually made this, and I made some more here. This one is tilko achar. It's a condiment basically. This. And this one is Nepali aluko achar, which is very famous, and a lot of people love aluko achar with its potato, with chilies and coriander and sesame paste and a few other things, salt and pepper and lime juice. That's another kind of achar is here. This is made out of tomato, coriander, green chili again, lime juice, salt and pepper. This is fresh achar. So this is the kind of achar you usually we call condiment. Well, in English language called condiment. You can dip one with your finger food or eat as part of the dinner, in Nepali dal, bhat, tarkari, and you put a little bit of chutney. In India, they call chutney, but we call it achar for almost everything. So achar can be salsa too. Just to show you, salsa is achar because it has spices. So a lot of different variety of achar. And today's achar is called Purano achar. It's a masala achar. So long-lasting or Purano achar is the subject for today's discussion. And I'll show you how I make them. Nibua is what we use. Here you call it lime, lemon, the yellow lemon. But these are actually the nibuas in Nepal. We call nibua. You wash them, and then you cut them into 4. I do 4 pieces to be able to take out all the juice. So normally, if I'm making a lot of achar like I did yesterday, I would use this. I would use this and put in a strainer with this. But I'm just doing it 2 of them just to demonstrate. I have already made the bulk of it. So I'm doing this one. The shortcut way is to do strain. You squeeze right on top of the strainer. It's very juicy lemon. So 4 lemon makes about a cup. It's about half a cup. So turn the heater, the heat, and then boil the lime juice or lemon juice. And this one here, you turn it on, and then you heat the oil here. before I do that, I will read this one, the ingredients, what goes in here. So this is a Purano achar, masala Purano achar. So the long-lasting, preserved, pungent, deeply flavored achar. With the ingredients here, normally I make out of 5 cups of freshly squeezed lemon or nibwa juice, 1 cup dark brown sugar, half a cup mustard or any other vegetable oil. I'm going to use olive oil today. Half a cup powdered masala, which is these 3 are the garam masalas I have powdered and put it here. I'm going to use, and other 3 are in here and here, and then something that I don't have are here. So it takes a lot of masalas, called masala achar. So you expect that lot of masalas. Plus, these are the ingredients I'm going to use. The dried fruit, this is apricot, this is raisin, the bigger kind. Peeled and chopped garlic, fresh garlic clove. This is ginger, peeled and chopped again. Coconut flakes, and this is brown sugar. Actually, this is yellow sugar. I couldn't find brown one, so I'm using the yellow one. So my juice is already boiling. It's such a small amount, so it doesn't take a long time to boil. So what I'm going to do now is cook them. And let me see. Using just a bit of oil here, because I'm using very little amount of, small amount of juice. So this one is olive oil. The cooking procedure: squeeze the lemon, which I just did, and strain it. I strained. Chop the nuts and dry fruits. These are nuts and dry fruit. And then and boil your juice, which I am boiling. Parts and oil in the another part. This is oil here, heating. Pour your thickened juice into your masala pot. Now, once I brown these things, which I'm going to put here. Just takes few minutes. Now I'm going to add the turmeric first, because it gives a nice color. And I'm adding one by one. Now it really doesn't matter which order you add, because I'm using such a small amount of thing. I'm using just a bit of everything just to show you. This is I don't want them to burn out, and make it a small low heat. This is cumin. This one is fenugreek thing. It's really aromatic, so you must have that in achar. It gives a nice tinge. And this is timur. Timur is, I don't have in there timur. Timur is a Szechuan pepper, some people call it. It gives a zesty taste. and it digests, it does many things. But you're supposed to take only a bit of this, not too much. And then this is coriander powder. I'm going to add a little more coriander powder because achar takes a lot of coriander powder. You need to have some base, and that gives a nice base. And what is achar without the hot pepper? I crush myself mild pepper, so that's not too hot. And then I give a few twists of papricot, black pepper, papricot, and I just give a bit of salt because I'm not using very much juice. So there I have everything. Now I'm going to add this. If you put sugar first, it burns. Sugar and oil burns faster. It speeds up cooking too. So I'm just adding the achar, and this is the achar. See how it is bubbling? This is what it's supposed to be. It's bubbling, and if I had a lot of juice, it will take hours, in at least half hour, to bubble. Because this is just for the demonstration, while my achar bubbles, and it doesn't take very much time, I'm going to show you the already made achar, which I use the same procedure that I showed you. This is about 200 gram of made. It's a pickle I made yesterday and put it there. And this one has about, it was this much, another 100 grams. So about 305 cups of nibua juice or lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice, well, by the time you cook and put masala and everything, it keeps you about 300 gram pickle. And the pickle is, I just wish you could taste it. This is how it looks. Look at how it is. Delicious. It is so spicy, tasty, zesty, and beautiful. So it makes your food really tasty. Plus, achar, the preserved achars, or even the new achars, they are very digestive. If you don't know already, fermented achars, pickles are good for your digestion. You can add a bit of this digestion in your, this is already done. And you can add a little bit of what people do normally is they preserve when they finish making achar. This is like a little thicker. It should have been a little more, thinner with more juice. I didn't have enough lemon there. So that, there you go. That's what the Purana achar means. Purana achar means so much of spice, lemon juice, citrus juice. Actually, my father used to make all kinds of achars. So citrus fruit like nibua, kagati, and what else did he do? Chasni and all other things. And the story about my father's making achar is, my father was very fond of achar. So he made every summer, he and my mother, they used to buy few dokas of, dokas, the basket in Nepal, few dokas of nibuas, lemon, lime, chasni, and oranges. And then one day, my mother would invite our neighbors, close neighbors and relatives, and we would stay home that day. And then we all sat in circle in her courtyard and squeezed the lemon. Some of us did squeezing the citrus, and others were, setting the fire to heat oil and make pickles, and other people ground it like coal. We wore this. We did achar and the masala. Like olden days, you couldn't buy everything already grounded, like the powder. So we had to literally do that in color. So that was a fun. It was like a fair. And after we did all that, and we used to have make a salad out of the pulps, the remaining pulps, and other things like suntala and bogate and all that, with yogurt and spice, and we all had a feast. So I'm nostalgic about Purano Achar, and I hope you enjoyed watching how to make Purano Achar, and you would also make for your own family. Thank you very much. Bye for now. See you next time.